Hello, everyone. I'm with Ahmed Masson today, and he's a TI since 2011. Um, and I don't know if anybody's on Facebook. The European Coalition Task Force videos. He makes them. So I'm going to be interviewing him today, and he's going to tell us what's going on with his targeting, and how it's been with him. Also on the EMP device that Onion Head Andrew made on my last video, I have not had a chance to try it. But when I do try it and get the stuff to do it, I will try to videotape it and do a step by step for y'all. Um, so just be patient with me because I'm agoraphobic, don't leave my house, and I have to get them materials like the hot glue gun and the speaker wire. I already have the stun gun, so anyway, so Ahmad, thanks for being brave enough to come out and speak of this. And I don't know, I don't know if you want to tell people where you're at, but anyway, as you know, he's in a different country, and it's going on there too, like it does everywhere. And so what they're doing is, they want to get everybody hooked to this psychotronic grid and have everybody under this control. So I'm going to turn it over to you, to Ahmad. Could you tell me what your life was like before you was targeted, and what it's like now that you are targeted?
Hey David, first it's my pleasure to be with you here and speak about this, you know, very important topic, which many don't like actually to discuss. So, David, like before my starting, I remember like I was like any normal um, citizen, any normal human being, and I had absolutely no idea about the existence of this technology. So I was still actually studying uh, in the last 2 years, and here they started my targeting, and it was all covert. Like they when they start targeting someone, they will not let them even notice what's going on to them. So it all happened like in 2011. I was, as I told you, still studying MIS, and like any normal, young guy in that age, you are having these dreams and those, ambitions to
Right.
just graduate and have your own life and live in peace. Like, I wasn't a political activist. I had no political activism at all. And that question itself, as you know, David, it uh, it makes it clear why those weapons do pose a real threat to all of us, because everyone, anywhere, can be targeted by them.
Right.
You don't have to be working for some government. You don't have to be adopting any kind of political activism to be targeted. No, they
And
can
that's
target
important for
anyone.
people to know because people say, well, I might not be targeted because I haven't spoke out against nothing. You ain't got to do
Ex-
nothing to be targeted.
Exactly, David. Exactly, and I always say, that question when you first get targeted, and you understand what's going on, and you go and tell your loved ones and your friends, people and they say, "Why you?" That question itself, why, why you? Again, it explains the danger we are faced with here. Because they can target anyone, and you don't have to be important or high ranking uh, in military or any kind of government entity to be targeted, because actually they are using those weapons on people who are uh, in high ranking positions, but at the same time they don't tell them, they don't allow them to even to be aware that they are being targeted, like they are doing this to us, to people who are not uh, working for any government, people who don't have the ability to expose them.
Right. And the plan is everybody, all the people who think we're crazy and who's saying, well, y'all don't know what y'all talking about,
Exactly.
everybody's going to be linked together into a hive mind controlled by a supercomputer. And that sounds so far fetched, but it's so true.
Exactly, David. It's a global project actually, and we have seen what they are doing by this technology, and we are here to try and let the world understand what kind of threat we are facing, because it's very you know out of control, and using this technology which can invade your own brain. The most important thing you have as a human. That's a real threat. As a human, as humanity, and as mankind, we haven't been facing any kind of threat like that before. Like, even uh, nuclear weapons are known to the public, and there are so many laws to regulate them, and to somehow, prevent those who do have nuclear weapons from using them. But here we don't have any kind of laws or regulation to stop them, to stop those who are using them. We don't even have the enough knowledge, the awareness to uh, to stop them. And that's why what I'm saying, David, here is, you know, to raise awareness about those weapons is very important step, because we can never have any kind of regulation with those weapons staying as they are, as a top secret weapon system. Without the public knowing about them, we don't have any kind of regulation. And recently, the UN, human rights uh, has been. I don't remember her name, but she has been. She had a great report about neuro rights, and that's a good step. But we need more. We need more, because what we have seen happening to us and to people around us by this technology is unbelievable. And if it stay like that, like out of control, we can expect them to cause even much worse damage to everyone around the world. Because again, it's a global project, and they have a plan to control everyone. If you are not a suggestible person who can be affected easily by the mainstream media, then we are coming to your to your own brain. And here, it's not a joke. Like, invading a human's brain in such a way we have seen. That's the worst kind of, violations against your human rights as a human, and against you. The most important thing you have as a human is your brain. And when I come just to try and influence your brain remotely, and turn a human being into some machine, that's not a good idea. And of course, it is an evil one. You have this idea. You can only have this kind of idea from the devil. How to control humanity, how to, the transhumanism uh, agenda itself is very, very dark, and very satanic in its
Right. And I was
like.
listening to a podcast the other day, uh, about, and they were talking about the future is, I got a Faraday hat on right now, and it's got silver fabric lining it. Now, don't stop my V2K, don't stop weapons attacks, but they're talking about a future where, all your clothes are going to have EMF protection built into it, because they're putting so much frequency in here, and the people who can afford the clothes and afford the clothes with the shielding in it will be the ones who live, because the frequencies are going to get so bad, from 5G and 10G. I mean, 10G technology is already being worked on. So what I'm saying is, it's going to be so bad that you go to clothing stores and pick out EMF shielding in clothes, is what they're saying.
I believe so. I believe so. David, they are somehow still starting. The war is still beginning, and you can imagine how bad it will get if they
Yeah.
stay if they stay like using them the same way they are using the technology at the moment. That's a nightmare. You don't want for your children to be raised up in this world where a human being can be hacked. Like, we are not speaking about your device being hacked is your brain. And when your brain is hacked, then you yourself as a human can be weaponized, can be used, can be destroyed. And you don't see the enemy here. Like, you don't see what kind of enemy you have. Uh, but they have been working for many years to keep this technology as a top secret weapon system so that they can keep using it in the same way. And like you said, David, when you want to get targeted and you just, like any normal human experience, such a nightmare, you will go to your family and you will tell them what's going on. And here you will be met with that question. We don't think this technology exists. And if it exists, why you? Well,
Right.
it's because I'm not working for any government, because they can't just go and target some president or prime minister in the same way they are doing to us. They can't do it. Like, but we are normal people. The masses are the target. Those are the real targets. And you go to your friend. That's the next step. And then again, once again, you are met with ignorance of this technology and the existence of this technology. And when you
R-
mention mind control, mind reading, brain influencing technologies, here you are getting into some point where you can be discredited very easily, and you can be, deemed as a mentally ill person, because
Yeah, I
those
think a
are
lot
the.
of targets sometimes, I think a lot of targets, and especially me, when I went to my couple of my family members, I went to them or friends, it freaked them out and they got scared to even mess with me. They're like, wow, they're doing that to you. Or even if it is real, what did you do? So I think a lot of times some of us targets, when we get targeted and don't know what's going on, and we go tell our family and friends, we're the ones that push them away because it freaks them out and they don't understand. So sometimes I think it might just be better to keep it from your family and friends, and just if they can't see it on their own, don't tell them. What do you think about that?
David, I think you have to tell them. You have to tell them, but not in the beginning when you are totally brainwashed by this kind of psychological warfare
Right.
being waged against you as a human being who have absolutely no idea about this technology or even any kind of dark psychology being used here. Uh, it's a very big mistake to go from the beginning to tell your family and your friends, and that's what they are keen to push you into, to make you tell your friends and tell your family in the beginning of your targeting, because here you don't have the full picture, you don't see what's going on, and it's very easy to discredit you by all the disinformation you are being fed with through the voice of skull technology, brain to computer interface technology. You're, manipulating your own emotions, your own dreams, and your subconscious. Here, you are not in the right, mindset, in the right point to tell your family and your friends. But at some point, when you start to be aware of everything, here you have to tell them, because not telling them is exactly what the enemy wants from you. They
Right. So
want
just
you.
tell them make sure you tell them at the right time.
Exactly, David. But it's a big mistake, and all of us have fallen for this. To be honest, is,
Yeah.
is is trying to inform our families and our loved ones about this technology once we are being attacked, because here it's like, as a civilian and someone again who has no idea about dark psychology and you know technologies that are used by intelligence agencies. Here you are somehow shocked by the capabilities being used against you. Like, as a normal human being, you don't have that idea that satellites can see through the wall to see you inside your own home. You don't have this kind of information. So imagine to be made aware of. how weaponized satellites can read your mind, influence your mind, attack your body, manipulate your heart rate, attack your nervous system. And those are not new. Those are not new weapons. They have been here for many years. And we have DARPA and the US government. They have been experimenting on so many innocent human beings for decades, actually. And you don't understand what's going on when you are being attacked by this technology. So you have to just take that step and go and tell your family, because you feel like it's the end of the world. And that's what they mean to make the victim feel once they are targeted. Even though they don't want to kill you, to murder you in a very short time, they still want to experiment on you, or whether they want to, eliminate you, but by your own hands, to push you into insanity or suicide. And so they still, even though they don't want to kill you in a short time, as I said, they want you to believe that it's the end of the world and everything is ending and everything is collapsing around you. And at those times, with sleep deprivation, with the brain attacks, the psychological warfare being waged against you, you have to resort to your loved ones, your family, your friends, and they know that's what you are going to do. And once again, that's not the right time, but they choose it. They mean it for you as a target to resort to your loved ones and tell them about what you are going through, what you are experiencing, so that you can be discredited easily at the beginning of your targeting when you are drowning in this kind of illusion and disinformation. Excuse me. And here, David, you are being met with, again, ignorance of the existence of this technology. And you take further step and go, for example, to the FBI. Here you are being met with another level of discrediting, which is, you maybe will be taken to a psych ward and set in front of some psychiatrist who has been, studying for long years all those symptoms you are complaining about are the same symptoms of other mental illness,
Right.
So
They create
you
the
hear
mental illness, and then they got all these people who are not mental just being messed with psychotronic weapons who appear to be
exactly, like,
mental and they're not.
exactly, David, and so they have been studying for years. If you complain about hearing voices, you must be, have some mental disorder. If you complain about being followed or being, spied on, here you must have some mental illness. If you complain about people trying to harm you, here you are paranoid, and you can see how this, is ending up for you. And so that's why I say it's the perfect crime. And that's how they can target so many people around the world. This is a global project. And in each country, almost every country, you can find victims because they have a bigger plan and it's a new world order, as you know, David. And so
Right.
they have been trying to bring this transhumanism agenda into all of us, all around the world. People from all kinds are being attacked by these weapons. You can be one from those who are against war. You don't like wars. You don't like blood, and you will be attacked. You can be someone who is researching something like 9/11, and you will be attacked. You can be someone who is researching things like what we have been going through from 2020, the world. As you know, I don't want to say it because for your video to be published, but those
Right.
being
This, what could you tell me what you experience on a day-to-day basis?
okay, I can say, like, what I've been experiencing is a true hell. Like, attacks against my body, my heart, my nervous system, my brain, sleep deprivation, like they give me of sleeping what can keep me alive, but at the same time not able to function, not able to think, not able to have some kind of job and get make a family. You don't have any kind of normal life, but at the same time you are not dead, and that's what they have been trying to you know repeat over and over again. You're not alive and you're not dead, and
Right.
that's because you are speaking about it. That's because you are going out and trying to say, I'm being murdered. And this is coming to you, to my fellow human beings. This project is global. Transhumanism is not something to ignore or neglect, because that's the agenda in their minds, is to turn all of us into tools in this project. And if you are not uh, easily can be controlled by media, for example, then we are coming to your brain. If you are not suggestible person, we are coming to your brain and we are coming to change you. And that's what they are trying to do with me, David, for, as I told you, for 8 years now, over 8 years. They have been trying to change me, and that's what mind control is about. How to, you know,
Right. And
demolish
see,
demolish your own personality and build a new one. And when I say your personality, I mean
when
everything
you
that
say
makes
change,
you.
when you say they try to change you, are you talking about take the love out of you, make you a bitter person?
No, 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 absolutely, absolutely no, no, David. They want to turn you into a slave, not a better
Oh yeah,
person.
yeah, yeah.
They
A
want to
neural
turn you
slave,
in.
basically.
Exactly. And mind control is about changing you, no matter for worse or better. They have in mind that they can use this technology to change you, to change your belief system, what you believe in, your political, you know, orientation. Uh, we will make you hate what you like what you hate, and
Right,
so that's all about how to change you as a human being, and how to change you into the most ones that you have never imagined to be. You know, we will make you hate the most things that you loved, and love the most things that you hated. And
right.
here is a successful experiment for them.
Yeah, and see what I tell TIs is, uh, you obviously have a strong mind because if I'm going to do a mind control experiment, I'm not going to test my weapons out on no weak-minded people. I'm going to test weapons out on strong-minded people, to see how good my technology is. So, they're definitely going after strong-minded people, and target individuals are very strong-minded people, in my opinion.
They do, David. They do. I like, most of the victims that I have met are very, strong-willed people with strong minds and, uh, brilliant hearts. These wonderful people didn't deserve what happened to them. But as you said, David, they try to, you know, uh, choose the most strong-will people with a very strong-will, free minds. You don't accept to be controlled. You don't accept to
Right.
be controlled by any human being, and that's the kind of target we want. You are not being, controlled easily by our media. Then we want you because they see you as a real danger and threat to their order. Because I can say to national security, or because it has nothing to do with national security, but it has a lot to do with their own their own security. And I'm speaking about the elite, my friend.
Right. Um, so what happens when you get hit with V2K? What do they tell you? Like mine's been telling me that I was going to die before this month's over. Well, they got 2 days to do it. You know what I'm saying? It's a bunch of lies. They may tell the truth every now and then with me to convince me what they're telling me is real and freak me out and get me to believe them. But in my experience, my V2K mostly is all lies. What's your experience with it?
Oh, David, I trust me, my friend. They never tell anything that is true. All what they are saying is lies after lies after lies. And as I've been trying to study their strategy and the, kind of dark psychology they are using. I can tell you they believe in how how during MK Ultra they have been using repeated messages to convince you and to program your subconscious. Here they are doing the same by the voice of skull technology, repeating the same lies until you turn those lies into uh, truth in your mind, because you know how you can be affected very much by what your mind believes. And so they can just keep repeating what they want you to believe until this illusion turn into reality for you. Like, your free will is lost. You're not free anymore. You can't resist us. You can't overcome our power. We have that world. We control everything around you.
Right.
So to make you feel very, helpless and hopeless at the same time. You don't have any kind of hope to get out of this nightmare, and you don't have any kind of, you know, hope that you can even resist our power, because we control that world, and you are the weaker side here, and so you have to accept what we are going to do to you, and stay silent and never tell anyone about it, because it's it's a top secret for us, and we don't want this technology to get out to the public, because their entire power lies in secrecy. How to keep this technology as a top secret? That's the real power, because once you know this technology exists, and you have loved ones who come to you and speak to you about it, say, I'm being targeted. Here, you are going to believe them. You're not going to send them into psych ward. And if you have this kind of information and fall victim to these weapons, here it will be totally different for you, because you understand what's being done to you, and you won't be whether brainwashed or terrified or even drawn in this kind of lies they are going to repeat, like we are killing us, we are stopping your heart, and of course they are doing it, they are killing you, but at the same time they want you to die in your own fears every single day. And that's the real reason behind how they are using the repeated threats against you. We are going to kill you today. The last it's your last time to sleep at your home, because you are going to throw you from your own apartment and say, you have committed suicide. And those repeated threats are being said during using the technology itself to affect your body and your brain. Like, when the Israeli intelligence started to target me, I remember they targeted my heart and started to say, that's your heart. We are giving you a heart attack. And if you speak about it, we are going to kill your family with you. And that's your brain. And they started to make me feel a very, severe heat sensation in my own brain, in my own head. We are
Do you
burning
ever
your brain.
experience 3 or 4 hours at a time sweating profusely?
Oh, David, like, they have done everything that this technology can do to the human body, to me, to
Yeah.
terrorize me, to terrorize me. Like, they have made uh, me fall down while crossing a highway,
Mm.
so attacking my nervous system and my brain at the same time. And like, I had some kind of you know control loss. I lost control over my own body, so I couldn't get up. And I remember people were crossing close to me. They helped me to get up. But that's how they can use it for assassination, for example. They can do the same while you are driving your car, and they get you into an accident. And they
Right.
can they can do the same. Like, if they just waited 1 minute, I maybe would have fallen down in front of any speedy car, and I was going to die. And of course, it was going to be labeled as an accident.
Yep.
So that's how this technology can be used for what's the name clean assassination. They can uh, make your movement totally paralyzed during your when you are driving, when you are swimming, when you are doing anything that is dangerous. They can attack your nervous system, your brain itself, to give you those like seizures, like symptoms, and you will totally lose control over your own body movement. And that's what they can do for assassination again. So they have done it to me actually. They made my left arm totally paralyzed for a few minutes, and they said we can leave you like that forever until you die.
Yeah,
This
see,
technology
people
can
don't understand. This technology is that advanced. They can paralyze your arm for an hour. They can make your arm jump up and down. I've seen them make Holly's leg flinch whenever they want to, like jerk. And then
absolutely
if you go to
absolutely
a
true.
doctor and tell them, they want to say, "Oh, it's just some medical condition," when you know it's not. It's induced.
Exactly, David. Like people have been hearing what Elon Musk is saying about this, Neuralink microchip, and he said it can heal those who are paralyzed, those who are blind, those with neurological diseases. But what people didn't know is it can also cause the same diseases he has mentioned. So, like how this technology can heal those who are paralyzed, it can also make people paralyzed. It can heal, make you, see and regain your vision if you are blind. It can also attack your brain to make you blind. And that's what Elon Musk didn't mention. And what's much worse is the entire Neuralink microchip is not new. Like, it's not something new that Elon Musk is inventing and bringing to the world. No, it's very old technology.
Yep.
And and those who have been targeted by this technology know exactly how it has existed for many years, and used secretly by intelligence agencies for wars, for espionage, for eliminating those who are being seen as a threat to the system or the government, those who are, pro-Palestinians, who have been, taken to the streets to say no to war crimes. Many of them will be targeted by this technology, and they will never understand what's going on to them, because they can target someone, and it will all happen covertly, and they will never be telling them what's going on. So they can destroy your life without saying one word through voice skull technology, and that's the real danger. They can destroy your life without you being aware of it. They can manipulate your mind without you being aware of it. And once
Right.
again, David, that technology is very old. It's, MK Ultra actually didn't stop, and they have been working since that time to develop more uh, advanced technologies to influence the human brain. And
And
the time to perfect those weapons is not today. They are not doing it today. Today they are using them, but they have been working for years to perfect this weapon system. And again, today they are using it for wars, like fifth generation warfare.
right. Can I read this real quick? This is out of the book Transhuman Genocide, The Enemy at the Gate. It says victims can be tracked via conventional methods such as phones and cameras, but the real problem is satellite and drone based biometric surveillance. These systems use vascular fingerprints to identify targets with technology similar to ground penetrating radar. Once the system confirms your identity with this enhanced radar system, it tracks you in real time everywhere you go, and there's no shaking it. Countless people have tried all but failed. The system will rarely lose track of you and can always reacquire you as soon as you do something digital or as soon as you go back to a known location. Even if you were able to dupe the system Jason Bourne style, the surveillance grid is beyond redundant. Every microphone connected to the internet listens for wanted voices via voice recognition. Every CCTV camera will use facial recognition to look for you. License plate leaders on the highway will flag your location. Every cell tower will be looking through walls trying to find you wherever you may go. Satellite records will go back in time to figure out where you might have gone. In worst case scenarios, the system will wait for you to use your digital ID, debit cards, or known other accounts, and then it's right back to where you started. The possibility of nanotext trackers or smart dust cannot be excluded either at this stage. What's important to understand here is once even audit you before they try to finish you off with energy weapons attack. They need to ruin you and discredit you so nobody will help you when they try and finish you off.
Okay, David,
Yeah,
you have been saying it for a long time, and as I told you, people need to listen before it's too late,
right.
because we are seeing right now how the technology is being used. As I told you, they are using it covertly to destroy entire nations. Like they can uh, use those weapons to destroy a society from the inside. They can use
Right.
them to uh, spark some revolution, because they can also target groups of people,
Emotions.
like groups of people, not only individuals. And again, we have seen the Russian soldiers in Ukraine speaking about how they have noticed uh, how the soldiers in Ukraine, Ukrainian soldiers, are acting. Some of them are acting like zombies, and we believe they may be taking some kind of drugs to turn them into soldiers. But
Yep.
again, that's not some kind of drugs. They are using the same technology in wars. Again, covertly, they are using them. And if you are not using them in some place like Ukraine at the moment, when are you going to use them? In
Yeah, it's
Palestine,
horrible.
exactly in Palestine as well, we have been hearing how prisoners of war are speaking about, being forced to take unknown injections. Okay, David, I'm sorry. We have heard the in Palestine the prisoners of war are speaking about unknown substances, uh, being forced to take them, and it's being used in wars covertly, as I said.
Um, so I ask every target this that I interview because I feel like everybody has different ways of coping with this, different things that work for them. What works for you as far as dealing with this on a day-to-day basis? What's some things you do to help you get through the day?
Well, let me tell you first, David. Once you are being targeted by this weapon system, you feel suddenly how the entire world is in one place, and you are in a totally different place. You're not here anymore, because you are being attacked by weapons who which are being used by criminals uh, in underground bases, like military-like bases, and you can't speak about what's going on to your mind. So you feel somehow isolated uh, in the beginning, and then you try to cope with it. But let me tell you, David, your faith is your only weapon of defense in this war, because it's all a psychological warfare. And even the physical attacks are meant to destroy the target mentally and psychologically. So if you have a strong faith in God and you trust, you put your trust in God, really they can't win this war against you, because you are fighting for your freedom, for your God-given rights, and you can't, those are not things that can be played with or sold. Those are not things for sale, and so you have so many reasons to resist, and they have no reason to be here. So number one is your faith, your trust in God. Number two is how to, try to understand what they are doing, because, mind control is, no matter how advanced it gets, it is still is based on the same rules, which is how to destroy your personality and dismantle your mind itself through trauma, fear, guilt, and this endless suffering, endless stress, and sleep deprivation. And then we have to try to rebuild what we have demolished. And so mind control, again, no matter how advanced it gets, it is still is based on the same rules, and you have to understand what they are trying to do so that you can resist how they are trying to influence your mind, so that you can fight back and stand your ground. And one thing they are doing is, again, using trauma, fear, threats, and of course what they are using of laser beams, directed energy weapons, to damage your body itself and make you feel like you are losing everything around you, and you have no place to it. That's not your home anymore. Your mind itself is being occupied, and they keep repeating what they want you to believe. So you have to work on the other side. On the other hand, you have to work to believe in your own power, believe in the power that God has given you as a human being, that these people can never win against you because you are on the right side of this war, and you are being attacked for no justification. They had no justification to be here. And
Right.
believing that, your mind actually believes what you repeat. And what you repeat to yourself is what makes their mission much harder, because I have been trying to cope with this, David. I've been trying to, feed my mind with all the positive ideas, all the positive, words I need, and I needed to hear from people around me, maybe my loved ones. You are going to win this war. No way they can change you. Remember that child before they targeted you. That child is going to win this war. They will never going to change you. They will not be able to achieve what they want to achieve. And again, what you repeat to your mind believes that. And if you believe in God, excuse me, if you believe that God can, do the impossible and miracles can happen, then no matter what kind of power your enemy has and how defenseless you are going to win this war. Again, David, you have no
Spiritual
other
warfare is
option.
very powerful.
Exactly, David. You have no other option, to lose this war or to lose yourself, because what they want is to change you, and that's enslavement. That's we are speaking about enslavement here, and in its worst, because trying to interfere with your mind itself to control your mind so that they can change your heart. That's what they are trying to do. Use your controlled mind to change your heart and to change you as a human being. And these people, are too blind to understand that your free will is given to you by God. And of course, God will never let them win this war, because not only they are trying to break international laws and human rights laws and things like that. No, they are also trying to challenge God Himself and play with His own creation. They can't create a human being, but they are trying to manipulate the humans. They can't create a brain, but they are trying to control the human brain. Again, their plan is not going to work. Eventually, they are going to lose this war. But their try itself, their attempt itself, is harming us. Like, so many victims are losing their lives because some minority, psychopathic minority, believes that they can take God's place here on earth and control his own creation and turn us all into useful idiots or slaves in this new world order. And they are the masters. They believe they are the masters of this world. And once again, they are going to fail eventually. Eventually, they are going to fail. Of course, by us, by people like you and me, David, we know this is not our war, but we are soldiers in this war. This war was imposed on us, and we have to blindly believe that God is going to win this war at the end, because again they are trying to challenge God Himself and take His place, and that's not going to end up very well for them.
No. Yeah, I believe the same thing. I think they're going to be in for a surprise. Well, is there anything else you'd like to tell anybody before we end the interview?
Well, David, I can say, like, if you don't know about this technology, please do your own research and try to understand what's happening around you, because many people are being victimized, but you don't even see them, because again, that's the perfect crime that could be committed by such psychopathic criminals who believe they are above law, and they can have this transhumanism new world order and turn all of us into slaves. So you are being affected directly or indirectly. You are being affected, and you have to do your own research before it's too late. Anyone can be targeted, including you, including your loved ones, and it's not about us, because we are already losing our lives here, trying to tell you this is going on, this is happening in today's world, and there's no more time, no more. You are going to see, war with traditional weapons. No, this war is being waged against us, is silent one, and you have to understand what the enemy has of capabilities, so that you can defend yourself, or at least you can help your loved ones when some one of them fall victim. You have to be aware of what's going on and not help the enemy against them and just disbelieve them. This is happening to so many people around you, but again, you can't see it because you don't know it exists. You don't know the technology exists, and you have no clue about this capabilities. Like, if I come to you and say satellites can see through the wall, see you inside your own home, you can't believe it. You can't believe it. So imagine if I come to tell you they can control your own mind, they can interfere with your bodily functions, they can, give you cancer, they can give you a heart attack, they can manipulate your brain and your nervous system and just make you die and appear to be dying of an accident or natural cause. That's a very dangerous topic, and we are paying for every word, each word we are saying here. So please listen and do your own research. And for the victims, I say, please stay strong, believe in God, and have this, unbreakable faith in the face of your enemy, who have sold their souls out to the devil, to their worst enemy, and are being used by him to destroy our world and to kill their own human being, their own fellow human beings, just for a project not theirs, because we are all going to die at the end. and they will never have this world. They will never own this world. So if they just start thinking, they will realize that their war is a losing one. They are fighting a losing war, but are being used by the enemy, their worst enemy, to destroy us. So the devil is using those who could, uh, those he could enslave, to destroy those he couldn't enslave. You know, the devil is using those he could control to control those he couldn't, and
Right.
and you have to
Makes a
believe
lot
that
of sense.
God is on your own side. God will never abandon you. So please stay strong and again tell yourself that you are on the right side and believe in your own power because you have this strength, given to you from God, and He has the power over everything around you, and He will never abandon you. You are on the right side, so please stand tall and stay strong in this war because you are going to win. At the end, you are going to win this war. Hope and faith are two things that you can never give in. You can't give up your hope and your faith because once you abandon those, you are losing this war. You have to keep your hope that you are going to win this war and it's all going to end. And you have to believe in yourself and believe in God's protection. He will keep you under this protection, my friend. So please stay strong and if you can speak up, speak about it. Do it because the world need to hear it. So please don't stay silent and don't let them terrorize you into silence because that's what they want. And our silence today is a crime. I believe so. If we stay silent, we are giving the enemy the chance to be using those weapons tomorrow against so many more people, so many more victims, and we are responsible for this. We will feel guilty. So please, if you can speak about it, do it and don't fear no one, my friend, because God is on your side and He will never abandon you to this evil, dark hearted enemy.
Right. Well, thank you, Ahmad, for coming out. And if anybody would like to be, I really appreciate your bravery too. I've been watching your content and stuff for years on Facebook. Last 3 or 4 years, you put out some good information. Do you have is the European what's your Facebook group that you got? Or not
The
your
EU,
page where you put your videos out? Ain't it European Coalition Task Force?
okay, it's the EU Coalition Task Force. The EU Coalition Task Force on Facebook. Are
Right.
being
And
we are
there's some
being
good information on there.
okay, I'm not going to say it again for your video to be published, but it's very hard for us to complete doing what we are doing, but we are still going to do it because they have closed our old page with many followers, and we had to start from the beginning. But we are not going to stop, my friend,
Right.
because it's our duty.
Yeah. Well, thanks again for coming out. And if anybody would like to give their testimony, I
It's
feel
my
like
pleasure, my friend.
I feel like each testimony gives a part, completes, not only proves that this is real to other people who are doubters by seeing so many people give testimonies, but it also gives everybody's target is different. So you'll hear each target talk about different things going on with them. So hearing everybody's different perspective and what's going on just helps put the pieces together better. So if you'd like to come out and give an interview or whatever, just email me at I'm at targetedtestimonies at pm.me. And I'm going to end this recording right now.